Hello everyone and welcome back to Vatsim 101, and if you're new to the channel, welcome along to you. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel as it really does help, and to all the current subscribers, thank you very much for your support. Right, so this video is basically a continuation of what we did last week. We actually set up the CRJ 700 here in detail, and we're going to do the flight this week. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. As you can see, we're at Presidente Prudente Airport, and we're going to be flying to Sao Paulo. All right, so I'll just get the Navicharts graph up, and then we can see where we're flying to. So that's where we are at the moment. Okay, and we're going to be doing a straight out departure on Enva 1 Alpha departure and flying straight along to our arrival at Pupsi there, and we're going to be descending all the way down to the arrival. Okay, so now I'm expecting runway 9 left. Okay, and that's not actually put in at the moment. We've got runway 27 left. Now we've got to expect either of these runways, so I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to add runway 9 left. So let's just get this up, our approaches, and we're going to go for runway 9 left. Okay, so that's the one. All right, but we've got to be prepared because we could be told to go to runway 27 left, and that will mean basically us approaching, going straight down, and then turning right and picking up the runway from there. All right, now what I need to get rid of is this little spur. So you can see this bit here is actually coming out. So if I click on the flight plan, you can see it a bit better. So you can see here at Utbur, we got this 315 spur, this heading coming out. So we need to get rid of that. Otherwise, the autopilot's going to pick up on that and take us on that tangent, and we don't want that. All right, so that's pretty much our flight. Let me just go straight to the FMS and click on legs. Click next. And we're looking for that vector. Can you see it there? That's the one. Need to get rid of that. So we'll press delete, and we'll get that deleted. All right, just press execute. Okay, so that should be set up for us. So go to the perf page. Actually, let's go flight plan, and let's go perf. Right, so we want to go to flight level 320. Okay, climbing up there, right to the top. That's the maximum of the constraint there, maximum altitude. And put that back to our programs page. All right, good. And then what I want to do actually is just, that's our transition altitude, but I want to just bring that up to 10,000 feet. I mean, we are flying VFR, so pretty much we can do what we want. All right, so go up to 10,000. Okay, nearly there. Cool. That's 10,000. The other thing is I'm going to be doing a flaps 20 departure as opposed to flaps 8. So we'll put it on 20. We'll update our V speeds, as you can see there. We'll update that, and we've got a V2 plus 10, 147 knots. Okay, so that's our V2, 137 plus 10, that's 147, and that's all set for us down there. All right, as regards our radios, that's going to be auto-tuning the localizer at 11070. Okay, well, we'll sort that out a bit later on. Okay, now, if there's anything else to do, let's have a look at our checklist. All right, so Right, taxi, slats, flaps, flight controls, trims, thrust reversers. So let's do that. Okay, so you want 20. And thrust reversers, we're going to need that in a few moments. Right, thrust reversers, let's just check up here actually. Yeah, just make sure the landing elevation is set as well. Yeah, we've got 1480 and we've got 7.2 on the trims. That's all good. Okay, flight controls, need to check that. So let's go for that. So we got it on the stats page. So we press the flight control synoptic button, which is here. Okay. And that will change the page up here. So we'll check our yoke first of all. So full forward, neutral, full aft, neutral, full left, neutral, full right, neutral, and now for the rudder, full right. Oh, something's going on. Oh, I think I know what that is. That is a configuration problem with FSUI PC. All right, so the only way to solve that is to switch off FSUI PC. I don't actually need it, and exit FSUI PC. Okay, and let's try this again. Full right, neutral, full left, neutral. Okay, yeah, I need to clear a setting on the FSUI PC there to do with the rudder. That's why there was that configuration. I think the FSUI PC was saying one thing and Msfs was trying to do another. So that's why there was that conflict. Okay, so we got the out set and everything here is set. Right, we've done this. Flight instruments, brake temperature, which is... let's put it back to the stats page. Okay, that's on 0. I've never actually seen those move up, to be honest with you. Right, I think that is about it. So what I'm going to do is contact ground services and request what I think I already know the answer to. There you go, no pushback tug. So while it's a nice airport, there aren't many services available apart from the ground car APU over there. So, all right, well, it's not available. I'm going to have to do something unorthodox, and it's not in the AFCOM. I think you know what that is. Right. Okay, so let's do that, shall we? So we're going to use the reversers, as I think you already knew. We can use the reversers to actually push ourselves back. All right, so let's just check our movement. Just go outside. Okay, we're all clear there. So basically the extent of our move, really, we just want to try and move back. Once we see this red line, or maybe before actually, we just try and turn back. It doesn't really matter. We'll just get the nose facing towards runway 12. All right, cool. So let's do that, shall we? Right, so we'll hold the brakes with the toe brakes, release parking brake, and then we're going to apply thrust reversers like this. Okay, let go of the brakes. Now you have to be careful with this because these reversers are powerful. It really can run away with you. Okay, left. Okay, I think that'll do. Right, actually, do you know what I want to do? I want to show you the thrust reversers. So I'll just turn that. There you go, there's the thrust reversers. Right. Okay, cool. Right, so parking brake on. And let's just get permission for taxi. East departure.
Prudent ground Papa Romeo. Alpha X-ray Zulu request taxi to the active east departure.
Papa Romeo, Alpha X-ray Zulu taxi to and hold short of runway 12. Contact tower on 118.45 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 12 Alpha X-ray Zulu.
Okay, so got permission to taxi. Let's do that. If you want to download this airport, you can find it at flightsim.to. In fact, the airport we're going to, Montoro International or Guarulhos Airport, is really, really nice airport. Look at that. The detail on that. It's really nice. Looks well worn, doesn't it? Alright, well, it's a nice day to fly. We got clear skies. The only weather engine I've got on this moment is the Unreal Weather. Once again, downloaded from flightsim.to. I'm not using it at the moment because I'm struggling for frame rates, and if it does cloud over, then it's really going to sap the frame rates and probably cause problems for the videos. So yeah, I'm just leaving it on clear skies at the moment. Alright, so we're taxiing out to runway 12. Just one runway here at Presidente Prudente Airport. Makes it nice and simple, I suppose. But a really nice, detailed airport. I do love it. This aircraft is a real challenge to fly. I used to fly it many years ago, back in FS 2004 days, Aerosoft. It's not new to Aerosoft, as I was saying in the last video. But I think they had to probably rebuild it from ground up, especially with the different coding on Msfs. But they've done a good job. Now the only thing is, with the ILS, all right, there seems to be a bug in the system when they updated the aircraft, and as hard as I tried, I couldn't get the ILS to keep the capture. It captured it, but it just lost it, and So I don't think I'm going to be able to use that. I'll try and capture it again, but you know, it's I'm probably going to hand fly it down. Right, and just coming up on the left, we have the fire paddock. I don't suppose they get used much. Pretty much a quiet airport here, but very nice. Slight gradient down to the runway, just add a bit more power. Right, is there anything else I forgot to do? Well, I've gone through the checklist, so should be okay. Alright, so you've got a nice little lake there. And on the left as well. Unless that's a result of the leftovers from a heavy shower. Who knows? Windsock as well. Cabin crew, please be seated for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Okay, cool. So let's parking brakes up and just go through our before takeoff checklist. Right, so lights and strobes on X-Flow. So X-Flow lights and strobes. And a flight attendant advised transponder. Let's get that on, shall we? Okay, so that's this one here. Transponder is on. And radar, yep, TCAS, that's TARA, that's good. And radar terrain, well, that's not working. It's not modelled. And CAS. Yep, CAS is checked. Okay, we'll put that on the next one. Climb. Yeah, okay, so we'll call up tower.
Prudent Tower, Papa Romeo. Alpha X-ray Zulu with runway 12 ready for takeoff departure to the east.
Papa Romeo, Alpha X-ray Zulu cleared for takeoff runway 12 departure to the east approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 12 Alpha X-ray Zulu.
All right, clear for takeoff. Excellent. Just check nothing's coming. Good, all clear. Okay, so ready for takeoff. So we're holding the aircraft with the tow brakes. What we need to do now is just click on takeoff tow guard button, which is here. And there you can see this TO on the primary flight display. Then what we need to do is push forward to 70 to 75%. Okay, once we've got that, let go of the brakes and select toga. Push forward a bit on the yoke. Just checking out the speed as well. 60 knots, check. Thrust set. 80 knots, check. Relax on the pressure. Looking for V1 now. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Alpha X-ray Zulu, continue for east departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Prudent
Select
Tower,
speed.
Papa Romeo. Alpha X-ray Zulu continue for east departure.
And don't forget to center your heading bug as well. Select nav and autopilot. And
Alpha X-ray Zulu, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
just reduce flaps to 8 and just speed up to 200.
Prudent Tower, Papa Romeo. Alpha X-ray Zulu frequency change.
Oops, that's heading. Oh, the amount of times I've made a mistake is unbelievable. You must have thought, where is he going? Okay, so let's get to 200. 200. And at 200 we'll clear flaps. Yep, clear flaps, flaps 1. Okay, and the baro needs to be set. Right, now we can clear ourselves up to 250. Takes a while to get there. Oops, that's gone way over. Alright, 250, that's 251. Keeps going back like that when I take the mouse off the... Okay, so we got speed selected, we're in nav, and we're climbing. Cool. Okay, so we go to our after takeoff checklist. So we go climb, X-flow, they're off. Okay, and we're looking out for 10,000, which we're going to be there in just a few moments. Bleeds and APU, thrust reversers off. Okay, well, looks like we are going over 10,000, going over 250. Just before 10,000, okay. Yeah, so the thing about this aircraft is watching the power setting. That is a massive issue here, or problem. Can be a problem if you don't watch it. So I've just gone over 250, just slightly before hitting 10,000. So we'll bring it back down to 250. The more you fly the aircraft, the more you get used to the power settings as to roughly what speed it can give you. Okay, so we haven't quite captured 10,000 yet. You can see that it's just a bit off. So when that alt stopped flashing, then that's when we've probably captured it. You can see here these magenta lines. When they are well within this bracket here, then we've captured it. So we need to just, there we go, just about captured it. Alright, so we're at 10,000, we're VFR, so we don't have to request increase of height from control, even though we can actually probably just tune the center there. Right, so let's select a new altitude. So that's our 3.2 altitude. Let's climb to that. Oops, a bit too much. Right. Okay. So we'll select climb mode, select speed, and we can select 290. Alright, now we're climbing up to flight level 320. So as mentioned in the last video, we're using Azul Airlines, which you may or may not know, this is one of the regional airlines for Brazil. And you've got a few flights that depart from Presidente Airport to Sao Paulo. Right, so we're at 16,000 and we're at 290. And we've done our climb checklist, haven't we? Yeah, we just need to actually do our lights. Always forget about that. Put the strobes on as well. Cool. Alright, so while we're climbing nicely, it would be a good idea just to maybe check a few things such as our fuel. So we can use this synoptic button here. See fuel there. We'll click on that and we've got the fuel page up. Okay, yeah, fuel is looking good. Another page to keep an eye on is the ECS page, which is the Environmental Control System, right here. Okay, so we've got this page up. You can see we've got both packs on, and you can see our rate here. Our differential pressure is 6.2. Maximum differential pressure on this aircraft is 8.7. After that, then we descend to the earth in pieces. Alright, you can see our climb out, our altitude there is 39,000, so yeah, that's okay. It's always good to keep an eye on that. "21,000 feet. Okay. Very flat out here, isn't it? You'd have thought in Brazil there'd be like lots of mountains all around, but no, it's pretty flat at the moment. Okay, so 22,000, just watching the speed there, so that's fine. Put that back on the stats page. Engine oil, temperature, everything's vibration, that's all in the green, that's fine. Oh, do you hear the wind? It's pretty loud, isn't it? Apparently, that's how the real aircraft sound. I did actually go to the Aerosoft forums just to find out, well, you know, what can you do about the wind sound which is inside the aircraft, because, you know, it's quite disturbing, isn't it? I wondered if it was supposed to be like that, and if there's any way to actually quieten the wind, but there's been a few discussions on it, and yours truly, Mr. CEO, I think, of Aerosoft, he actually responded by saying, no, I'm not going to make any adjustments. That is how real CRJ pilots report the aircraft to be whilst in flight, and that's it. I'm going to leave it. So there we are. You're going to do nothing about that. Well, you know, if it's how it is in a real aircraft, then that's it. Right, now when we get to, I think it's 31,000 feet, you're going to see this. We've got a switch here, half bank. Okay, so that half bank comes on automatically when you reach a certain speed or altitude. Basically, it stops you from over maneuvering the aircraft above a certain speed. Right, so we're at 2,200. Well, we do need to keep an eye out for the reaching our altitude, or we'll get an alarm anyway. I'm actually using, as you probably guessed, track IR for the head movements. It works seamlessly with Microsoft Flight Simulator. You used to be able to, well, you used to have to actually start the simulator first and then start track IR, but you don't have to now. Right, so keep an eye on the PFD. Let's see when that half bank appears. Now, just as we're climbing up in speed mode, you can actually descend in speed mode. I kind of like that way to descend because it means that you don't have to keep watching the speed all the time. It just, you set it for 290 and it just descends at 290. So we'll try a bit of that as we descend. There we go. We're going to capture that in 1,000 feet. And let's see when that half bank appears. There we go, we've got a half bank right there. Okay, so we hit 31 or 31,500 and it appears. Okay, Alt's cap. Right, you can see the speed increasing a bit, so we'll just prepare ourselves, bring it down a little bit. 81, 80%. Bring that speed down. Ideally, we want Mach 0.74 or 300 knots. As you can see here, well, on our VNAV page 2, 300.74 to play around with the speed. Okay. Progress. Alright, so we'll try and speed up a bit. Okay, so the other thing we need to do actually is just put our VNAV page up. So we'll do that. Click on the MFD menu and click over to VNAV, and there you can actually see our descent profile there. Okay, so watching that speed, so let's try and get to 300 if we can. Right, our wind. Okay, 278. Right, so we're at 83% and we're nearly touching 300. Right, mark 8-1. Right, so as regards the views, I've got an Xbox PC controller, and basically what I do, I will press the INS button, the insert button on the keyboard, okay, which will bring me to the outside views, the static shot. So this basically is a static shot. So if I was to press one of the what do you call those buttons next to the stick? The big grey button, the rocker button, then it will actually change views. So you keep it on this one, and if I want to go outside, I just press the smaller buttons next to the main Xbox button, and then it will bring me outside. Press that one to bring it back, and then press the insert button to bring that one back to the cockpit. Right, so we're just under 300 and we got mark 815, so, well, yeah, okay, that's all right. All right, so now let's have a look at our descent before that catches up with us. All right, so descent, so landing elevation. Now, landing elevation, I know what that is. Let's just go to this. Okay, landing elevation, so ILS decision, altitude. Right, so which one is that? Oh, that's 9 left, yeah, 9 left. Okay, so localizer 110, approach course 095. Right, yeah, that is 9 left. Alright. Looks a bit different from what I... Alright, so ILS 2645, runway elevation is 2641. Airport elevation 2641. Okay, so what we need to do is grab a extra page and let's get the runway elevation set. So 26. Make that 264. Okay, so fuel. We'll check that. TCAS set, radar is on. Check that. Yeah, that is on. Just seen that. What else? Radar is on. CAS. Yep, that's checked. And landing data, okay, we want the landing data set as well, 264, so CAS check, approach briefing. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Right, speed check. Okay, that's fine. And MDA, we'll have a look at that, so we'll set that. Just click on the MDA button down here, the rotate it to MDA, and then we'll actually select that to 260. Oops, no, not that one, not that one. Alright, I can't even see it from here actually. Let's go 2628. 27, 26, 264. Alright, cool. Set this view up. Alright, so we haven't got top of descent yet because we are at actually 32, so that's fine. We'll need to actually watch out for the 260 because that is a constraint. So let's zoom in on that one. So 260. Right, now we should actually have our TOD. So I'm not sure where that is. Maybe it's going to come up 260. So I'm actually going to start checking out our descent profile. So 260, 900 it's saying. Right, and so let's do that. VS. Oh, sorry. Let's select 260. That'll help. VS. We'll start descending now. To 900. Let's check that again. Flight level 260, 1000 now. Okay, speed. Bring the speed down. Ideally we want about 290. Okay, 1000. Let's check that again. Right, 1000. Don't know where the top of descent is. Okay, just watching our speed. Right, still 1000, which is good. And you can see our banana bar right there actually, so we need to actually bring that a lot further down. So why is we not going to meet that constraint? I don't know why it's saying here. Why is it saying? It's saying 260, 900. No, I ain't going to hang about for any top of descent. No, it says 900 here, so I'm going to actually just adjust that back. Now, as regards descent, wherever you see the banana bar here, you know, that's where it's going to bring you. Okay, so even though this might be saying something else, you know, the banana bar is basically where it's at. That's where you're going to be at that point. Alright, speed. So we're going to take the speed down a bit. We're at 200, 300 at the moment. Let's bring that right back. There's no good powering up on descent. Even though you've got to maintain a bit of power on this aircraft because it will sink like a brick. Okay, so the next constraint is 25, so we'll just go down to 25. Okay, and we'll use, let's try vertical speed with that one. We're going to meet our 26 anyway, which is good. So let's go to speed and down to 290. Actually, let's make it 280. Right, I do like with this descent mode, speed descent mode. I do like it because, like I said before, you don't have to worry about speed setting it because it just sets it for you. So we've captured 25. So there's town over there. Not sure what that one is. Let's have a look. Rio Claro town. Okay. And you can see an airport just down there. Okay, descending at 2. So that speed descent has gone off because we've met our 250 constraint. Okay, so just speeding up a bit. Right, now we do have a, let's have a look. Right, so we're underneath flight level 260 and we do have a 250 constraint. The next one is between flight level 200 and 210. Okay, and it's max 250 knots, so we've got to prepare ourselves for that. Make sure we sync the heading. Right, so we've got a little bit of time here at flight level 250. Okay, so, right, now what I want to show you is this here. So let's go to our, getting these views all mixed up. Okay, let's set that. Right, so let's go to our ECS page. Actually, let's check our fuel while we're there. Yep, fuel's looking good. ECS page. Okay. And you can see our altitude there, cabin altitude, which is good. Now, normally cabin altitude is a 10,000. That's the maximum. After that, it starts going red. All right, that's standard for all airlines. All right, that's the safety, the maximum really. Now, if we was to turn off a pack, we'll do that. So then turn the pack off. So you can see here a pack has gone off. And you see our rate, our cabin altitude. Let's have a look. It normally would go up. Okay. Turn the other one off. Not done normally. We'll see what's going on. Right, you can see that the rate is going up. There you go. The cabin altitude is going up drastically. If we left that, that would soon reach dangerous proportions. There you go, it's going up. Alright, so demonstration over. Let's get those back on. Get that pressure back down. That will go back down as we're just checking that it's on green. Cool. Right. Okay, so where are we? 25. Let's. Okay, so we cannot coming up there. We're on target for that 25 constraint. Now for that, the other constraint, which is at Golf Romeo 078, we should start descending soon. Okay, there you go. 1000 it says we should be at, really descending for that one, but we can't descend at the moment because we have to be at 250 or above. Watching our speed has crept up, not paying attention to that. That's what I'm saying. Keep an eye on the speed. You turn away, the aircraft goes astray. Alright, let's bring it back down, because we need to be at 250, so I'm going to bring it back down to about 250, or near enough. Get that back on the stats page. Okay, so we're at flight level 250. We just met that constraint, so what we can do is reduce this, our altitude, to flight level 20. You Okay, it can be anything between 20 and 200 and 210. Okay, so if we click on speed, bring our speed down to 250. And that banana bar should appear. Where is it? Otherwise, we'll use VS mode. So where are we going? 7.9. That's 7.8. 7.8 is saying 17. So that banana bar hasn't appeared. So I'm going to just use VS. Where is it? Oh, it's really lazy. Okay, let's use VS because it's not around. Let's pull it back a bit. Maybe it might come back. Maybe that's why. So pull the throttle back. Nope, I'm going to go VS. And there it comes. Okay, slowing it down to 250. Well, if I just pitch up a bit, then it will actually help slow me down to 250 and still get me within that constraint. Yeah, we're going to make that, so that's not a problem. Just need to keep watching the speed, watching the power settings. There we go. Oh, we're getting some hills now. A little bit of hills. Okay, so now we are slowing down to 250. Alt cap. Oh, it's not 250, it's 210, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Alright. Okay, let's put on a bit of speed brakes. Oh, was it 210? Let's check. It wasn't 210, that was 250. 250. Right, no, the 210 was on departure. It is 250. It is 250. I think we looked at that. Right, so let's get our power setting up. And just keep an eye on that. Right, so the next constraint is 13, flight level 130. So alright, well no, it's actually above 15,000 and below 15,000. Okay. And then below 13, and then it's flight level 10. Right, so we need to actually start descending. 14, 15, do. Right, so you can see here we're in speed descent. Okay, now when you pull back on the power, you can see the banana bar actually comes towards you. If I was to push forward, then that banana bar is going to actually go away from me. So I've pulled back, and there we are. We're going to make that 15,000. So 244. $240. Oops, no, need to go down a bit more. Okay. It's not a straightforward descent, is it? It's crazy. Okay, borrow. Set that. Right, so basically our approach, because that's if we're going on to runway 9 and left. Hopefully we are. 9 and left. Okay, and so this is it. Let's just check that we got. Yeah, we've met that. Okay, need to watch the power setting. 1 minute. I'll just make sure that we get the problems with power. We're capturing that altitude. Right, the next one is, I'm going to go down to flight level. Alt. Right, it's flight level 10, and we'll use speed once again at 220. Let's see what that banana bar is. No, let's pull it back a bit. Right, no, I can't see a banana bar. There it is. Okay, so around about there we'll do about 230 knots as we turn the Senkai heading. Okay, so we're at 13 below. Okay, so Utba 6,500, that's our go around altitude up here on course 095, and you can see our go around, and then we're at Gimka 51, final approach fix, which is by this, you can see it here by this Maltese Falcon sign here, and we'll be going down to the runway there. Okay. Now I'm hoping that it's not, I should have checked beforehand actually, it could have been runway 27. Oh, should have checked. Let's pick up the ATIS. see the airport there on the left.
Visibility, niner. Sky condition, clear. Temperature, 11. Dew point, 13. Altimeter 29.92. ILS
Runway?
runway 15 in use.
What?
Landing and departing runway 15. VFR aircraft see direction of flight. All aircraft read back to all
1-5.
instructions.
No, 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 no. No, not 1-5. What do you mean 1-5? 1-5.
Alpha X-ray Zulu is 11 miles northeast with Oscar to land.
1-5.
Romeo, Alpha, X-ray Zulu, Guarulhos Tower. Fly right down wind runway, 9er left.
Oh, my goodness.
29.9 2 wind 291 entry.
I'm gonna say.
Enter right traffic runway 9er left Alpha X-ray Zulu.
Thank you. Cool. It scared me then. Right, let's get back to this. So we want 6. 6-5. 7. 6-5 to meet that constraint. Yep, that's 6-5. And oops, speed. Where is that bar? Where is that banana bar? Okay. There it is. No, it keeps going. It'll sort itself out. It'll sort itself out. Alright, we've got some hills and mountains. Nice. There is actually an 8,000 constraint here which we should meet. Really. Hey, look at those mountains. Nice. Very nice indeed. Right, we're just racing to... and we're above 250, so we need to bring that speed back down. Okay, a bit of speed brakes. Shouldn't really use these really, unless... Alright. Right, so we've got 110 auto-tuned on the radio. You can see it there, auto-tuned. Okay, and like I said before, I was having problems with the ILS capture, so this might not work for me today, the ILS. I don't want to mess this up. Alright, so we're going to meet that last constraint. Okay, runway is just over there, and I believe I'm going to hand fly this down. So we'll select flaps 1, approach, brief in. So we're going to go arm reverses. Let's go to our checklist. Before landing, flight attendant advised pass signs on. I didn't turn them off. Unfortunately, landing gears, thrust reverses. Landing gear down, slats, flaps. Okay, so we're working out with slats and flaps. Okay, so we're at 180. We're going to put that flaps down to flight slaps 8. Okay, 170. We're going to put down to the flaps down to 120. borrow. Click on that. Okay, now I'm going to select our nav source over here. So we're going down to just taking off autopilot. So 6,000 is our go around altitude.
Alpha X-ray Zulu cleared to land runway 9 left.
Now you can see our ILS guide there, so I'm not doing the ILS. Well, we'll see how it is. I'll switch it on and see how it's going to work out. So that's the town of Sao Paulo in front of us. The borough wants clicking again. Sorry. Okay, so we should be at 5,100 at Gimka. Bit of power. So we're on base now. Take an early turn. Sorry.
Cleared to land runway 9 left Alpha X-ray Zulu.
Right, flaps 20, and we'll put the gear down at about 2,000. Not going to mess about with the ILS. Speed, 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 speed. Speed should be about 160 on approach. I just need to give a bit more power. This thing will sink, I told you. So around about 60%. N1 works well. Right, 2,000, we're going to drop the landing gear, which we have. Landing lights. And then we're going to select flaps 30. And pretty much you're trimming out really. The trim's going to be your best friend for a reasonable landing on the CRJ. And power setting as well. We've got the landing, set landing. 140. Okay, just power back a bit. All right, so flaps 45. There's normally a call out for 1,000, but it's not there. All right, we're a bit above. Bit more power. Trims all the way, I'll tell you.
300. Sync rate.
Yeah, all right, all right.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, reverses. not bad, not bad. Alright, so it's looking where to turn off now. I don't think we're going to get the next one. We can just touch the brakes a bit and try and get this one.
Alpha X-ray Zulu, turn next taxiway.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
And here we are.
Contact ground on 126.9er.
Here we are. Welcome to Guarulhos Airport, Sao Paulo.
Alpha X-ray Zulu, did you copy?
Sorry.
126.9er for Alpha X-ray Zulu.
Okay, so, right, parking brake set, flaps down to 0. Oops. Didn't mean to get that one. Right, and also want APUs. Put those on. Landing, oops, not that one. Landing lights. Leave on the taxi lights. APUs, just check that they're coming on. Yep, they're spooling up. What else? Turn off. Okay, can't really see it very well because of the sun. Turn off our radars. Right. And let's have a look. Checklists after landing. Alright, APU is on. Radar is off. Slats and flaps 0. Lights are set. Probes. Oh, that's the other one. Probes. Off. Okay. So it's just for us to contact ground now.
Guarulhos Airport information Parker 15000.
Okay, now let's go back to ground. Right, let's go to request taxi to gates.
Guarulhos ground Papa Romeo. Alpha X-ray Zulu request taxi to the gate.
Papa Romeo, Alpha X-ray Zulu taxi to gate 404 via taxiway Foxtrot Bravo Papa Alpha Juliet.
Taxiing to gate 404 via taxiway Foxtrot Bravo Papa Alpha Juliet Alpha X-ray Zulu.
Okay, right, so let's just get the airport map out. So we'll go to this one, open charts list, and taxi, airport info. Okay, so that's where we are. Now we can't do a sharp left here. There's no facility authority to do that, so we'll have to go along Alpha and round via this here, Bravo rather, and Alpha along to Juliet and into apron 4. Okay, right, so let's get going, shall we? Yeah, there's no left turn here, you can see, otherwise we'd have the markings. Right. This is a really nice airport. Look at the tarmac. That is just so real. Very nice indeed. Oh, flaps haven't fully... Right, I hope you enjoyed that. It was, oh my goodness, that was tense, I'm telling you. Especially knowing you've been recorded. It was tense. But you can see with the CRJ, it's, you know, it reminds me a lot of the Dash 8 Q400, because that aircraft is a beast as well. You know, it's a slippery beast like this one, and it's all about power setting. The motto for the Dash 8 Q400 is slow down before you go down, and if you get that right, then you can land the aircraft pretty well. And there's a turbo prop as well, you know, really lovely aircraft to fly. You might remember the Dash 8 Q400 from Majestic Software. Very, very brilliant, nice aircraft there. Obviously not available yet for Msfs. Hopefully developers like Aerosoft will get onto that one and give us good working model of the Dash 8 Q400. I think there's one just coming in there. No, just taking off. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Haven't flown the A320 for a while. Looking forward to getting back into that. Been lots and lots of updates on that one. I've just been trying to concentrate on getting this flight done for the CRJ. We'll do a few more flights. It's an aircraft that you just got to keep flying and flying and flying over and over again to get used to it. Right, thrust reversers, didn't actually turn those off. APU is on. Right, so what we're looking out for now is J, Juliet. And I think she said, or he said, 404. Alright, well, we'll look out for that one. Right, this is Mike, it's not this one. Yeah, the Dash 8, I love the aircraft to bits, I really do. And the Majestic Software rendition of that is absolutely top notch, it really is. Haven't heard nothing from them for a while. There's been no updates for the Dash 8. I think they completed their development on that one. If we all put pressure on Aerosoft, you know, go to the forums, request Dash 8, maybe they might do something. I'm going to try and do more flights on the channel as opposed to maybe more technical tutorials on systems and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just going to do more flights really. Sometimes you can find yourself stuck on the ground doing tutorials and you don't actually get up in the air, so yeah, more flights. Certainly in the CRJ, that's for sure. Right, this is Mike. This is not our turning. You can see their apron approach, is it apron 7? You can see that this airport is really, really marked out really well. I tell you, this is so nice. Look at that. Wow. Look at the ground over there. Look. Wow. Hats off to the designer of this airport, do pop along to flightsim.to and download this airport and give him a thumbs up, give him a like, rate it. Right, we're looking for Juliet. Now, just on the left there, you can see Juliet, which is going to be the next turning off. Let's hang on. Wait a minute. That's apron 5. No, apron 6. No, we're right. We're fine. Yeah, the airport's so packed out with details that you can see it's wrecking my frame rates a bit, but hey ho, that's the trade-off, I suppose. Right, so there's Juliet. That's our next turning on the right. So we'll take that, and we're looking for stand gate 404. She did say 404. Yep. Here we go. Here we go. Can you imagine if I had clouds turned on this? I would never. I don't think I'd get to where I'm going to go. Right, so okay, so you can see the number there. That's 502. That's apron 5. So we don't want that. Look at that. Lovely. Okay, apron 4. Next on the right. That's gate 411 just on our right there, so I believe we've got to go down a bit further. Right, that one over there, that's 402 right. If it's going up in odds and evens, then possibly 404 is on my left. Now, I'm actually gonna just take it easy. You should tell me actually. So you got 410 there on the right. Wow, look at the markings. Okay, 403. Cool. Right, yep. And 404. It's well marked out, isn't it?
Guarulhos ground, 103049er taxi to the gate.
Tank 3049er taxi to gate 403 using taxiway call.
Should have been someone here for me, really. There's no, there's no one here.
Taxiing to gate 403 using taxiway call 103049er.
Anyway, such is life. Right, stop that there. Parking brakes on. Okay, cool. So, right, shutdown checklist. Let's have a look. Parking brakes on, seat belts off. Signs off. Whoops. Thrust levers. Thrust levers shut off. Okay. And anti fuel pumps. Right, so basically it's, let's have a look. Right, so thrust levers, we're going to put in a shut off position, so we'll click on that tab and then, oh, come on. Nope. Right, let's try again. Up. Okay, that's off, going off. And number one. Good. And shut off the fuel pumps. APU is on, and we'll request the ground cart. Okay, we put the chocks in. Ground power. We'll open the doors. Just make sure, turn off the beacon. Alright, don't hear the flight attendant. Normally you would hear her, but I don't hear her, so I'm not sure what went on there. Okay.
Guarulhos ground, 103080 requesting pushback.
Tank 3080 pushback request accepted.
Right, yeah, 404. We're on 404, so I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're here, and that's it. So let's just call that. Right, so that's it really. Let's have a look, make sure there's nothing else on the checklist. I don't think we're not going to go through a full nose wheel steering, turn that off as well. And ties, we didn't have them on. Okay, cool. So yeah, that is it. That is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. All right, touchdown wasn't so bad. It was a little bit heavy, but considering the type of jet we got, then I suppose it's not too bad. Yeah, okay, so that's about it. So I'm going to do more flights in the CRJ 700. I do miss the A320 Airbus. I've been on this for a while, just trying to get used to it. So perhaps next video might be in the Airbus. Okay, but more flights on the channel. Please do, if you're watching the channel for the first time, please do subscribe to help us build up to that coveted 1,000 subscribers. That's what I'm looking forward to. Okay, so that's about it, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye for now.